Today we're going to make tuna tofu salad. It's very easy to make. All we need is lettuce, and I have here an iceberg lettuce, Chinese parsley, also known as cilantro, a medium onion, a medium tomato, tofu, canned tuna in water, and for our dressing, we're going to be using shoyu or soy sauce, sesame oil, sugar, and toasted sesame seeds. But before I begin making the recipe, I have to remember, wash my hands with warm soapy water for 20 seconds. Okay, now first of all we have to wash all of our vegetables as well as our tuna can so that no dust will get into it once we open it. So I'm going to go ahead and take back what I can carry for now, some lettuce and Chinese parsley with a colander fitted over a bowl. I'm going to first wash the Chinese parsley. Rinse it under running water. And for the lettuce, I'm going to take out the outer leaf and rinse it under running water. Okay, we can put that into our colander. And I'll come back to get my tomato and onion and our canned tuna. Okay, so first I'm going to rinse the tomato, put that into our colander, as well as our medium onion. Give it a good rinse. Right on the side here where it can fit, and our canned tuna. Remember to always wash the tops of your cans. Dry my hands real fast, and we'll bring all of this over to our table here, and I'm going to begin with the lettuce first. Okay, so we have a whole iceberg lettuce, but of course you can use whatever lettuce you have on hand. It could be romaine, or it could be another green leafy vegetable. It could even be spinach. So all we're going to use is half of a head today. So I'm going to cut this in half and take the bottom part off. And we're going to keep this other half for later. So I'm going to go ahead and store it in a bowl. Put this on the side. And you can chunk your lettuce as big or as small as you would like. You can even slice it. I'm going to chop them into 1-inch pieces. Turn it around. Our large serving bowl, and all of the lettuce is going to go right into our serving bowl here. Lots of lettuce for half of a head. Okay, and next we're going to go ahead and chop our Chinese parsley, also known as cilantro, and I'm going to go ahead and chop off the end here. All of this into our rubbish bowl. And again, you can make these as large or as small chunks as you would like. I'm going to do the 1-inch chop so that it's about the same size as my lettuce. And Chinese parsley adds a really nice flavor to this salad. Drop it down on the top there, and it's already looking very good, and the smell is wonderful. just from the Chinese parsley. Next, I'm going to chop our medium onion, and all we're going to use today is half of a medium onion. So I'll go ahead and chop it in half, and I'll put half of it on the side here with the other half of our lettuce so that we can save it for later. And I'll go ahead and peel the top portion of these. And you can use any onion that you wish. I just so happen to have a regular onion on hand, but if you would like to use a sweet onion or even green onions, you can do so. And you can either chop or slice the onion in the salad. I like them in little thin slices. I'll go ahead and slice these. Okay. And last half. Okay, so we'll just sprinkle our onions right over our lettuce and Chinese parsley. Oh, the onion and the Chinese parsley are smelling so good together. And you want to break up those onions so that you're not going to bite down on one huge chunk. Want to get them all spread out. Okay, and next we're going to chop our tomato. So all we need today is half a tomato. So I'm going to go ahead and half it, put the other half into our bowl, and we can put that off to the side. Okay, and I'm going to take the top out of our tomato. Okay, there. And I'm going to go ahead and slice this. We want sort of a small dice, but if you would like large chunks or if you'd like to keep it in slices, that's fine. I like them in little bite-sized pieces. Okay, last two pieces. We're going to put our tomatoes on over our onions, Chinese parsley, and lettuce, and that just adds so much color. It's already looking like a really yummy salad. Okay, next what we're going to do is open our can of tuna. Okay. And this is tuna that's packed in water. And all we're going to use is half a can of tuna today. So what I'm going to do is drain the liquid out into my rubbish bowl. Make sure all that liquid comes out. Okay, open the lid with my spoon. And we're going to put about half of what's in the can right on over our salad. And you can spread that out after if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save the tuna for later, put it off to the side. And last but not least in our salad will be our firm tofu. We have firm tofu today, but if you have soft or if you prefer medium firm or any of those other types of tofu, that's fine. I'll just slice it open and drain the liquid off into our rubbish bowl. Make sure you get as much of the liquid out as you can. You don't want it to splatter all over your cutting board. Okay, I think I got most of it out. So I'll go ahead and open it up. And we're only going to use half of a 20-ounce piece of tofu. So I'm just going to slice it in half. I'm going to eyeball it. This is the tricky part, is taking that half of the tofu out. I'm going to wiggle it out a little before. And there's half of it. Put this off to the side. And you can dice this as big or small as you would like. I'm going to go ahead and do it in 1-inch pieces. Okay, and all of that tofu is going to go right on over our salad, which had, remember, the lettuce, the Chinese parsley, tomatoes, onions, and our canned tuna. And that just looks so good, and it smells so wonderful together. Okay. So next, we're going to prepare our salad dressing, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands or wash my hands, and I'll get this off to the side. I'm going to get you could either use a small bowl for your dressing, or if you have a small jar, a clean jar on hand, that will also work. Or sometimes I use a liquid measuring cup, whatever's easier for you. And we're going to start with our shoyu or soy sauce. So I'm going to need 1 tablespoon plus 1.5 teaspoons of shoyu. So let's start out with 1 tablespoon of shoyu, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, and half teaspoon. And actually the recipe called for 2 tablespoons, so I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of the shoyu. There we go. Now we have 2 tablespoons plus 1.5 teaspoons of shoyu into our dressing. Put that off to the side. Next, we're going to use sesame oil. And I love using sesame oil in salad dressings because it has such a wonderful aroma. So we're going to need half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Sesame oil and shoyu smell so good together. We'll put that to the side. Next, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. Just regular sugar. So I'm going to measure 1 teaspoon and half a teaspoon of sugar. Cover this up, off to the side. And next is our optional ingredient, which is toasted sesame seeds. And it's optional because you may prefer not to have this in your recipe. I happen to love it when this is added to a dressing. So I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon. I think that's a pretty good measure for this particular recipe. I'm going to go ahead and add it to our dressing, and go ahead and mix those dressing ingredients together and see how all the sesame seeds are beginning to spread out. And you want to make sure that the sugar is really incorporated into the shoyu and sesame oil. So give it a good mix. Okay? So now, if you are going to serve the salad, the tuna tofu salad, at a later time, always remember to cover it with a plastic wrap. Cover the salad as well as the dressing and store it in the refrigerator until you're ready to serve. And if you would like to, you can toss the salad before you throw the dressing on. But today I'm going to leave it because we'll toss it when the dressing is on later. It's a nice layered salad for now. So I'm going to go ahead and add our dressing to the salad, and all those sesame seeds went down with it. So good. Okay. remember to give this a very light, gentle toss because you don't want to break up those the tofu. And you just want to mix it so that the dressing spreads out evenly and it picks up all of the lettuce and the tomatoes and the onions and the parsley and the tuna. And this is smelling so delicious. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my serving trays. And we'll go ahead and make sure we get all of those goodies. The tomatoes and the parsley, it adds such wonderful color. So this is our tuna tofu salad. Very colorful, delicious, and nutritious, and I hope you enjoy.